Bet you didn't know. Bet you didn't know. Bet you didn't know. Bet you didn't know.
The sustain on that was just fucking great. Good job, Trey.
Perfect. Yeah. You did a great job.
Yeah, that was good. By the way, a friend of mine that wrote that intro music, it's pretty bitchin'.
Yes, it is.
Good job, Treadway. What's up, Adam?
Same old about yourself. Sorry.
Oh, man, staying busy. You know, I'm on kid duty this week. The wifey is out of town in Florida, sitting on the beach with her cousin.
She hates the water. So that makes no sense.
Yeah, I know, right? I thought, wow, out of all the places she could go, she decided to go to the beach and sit in the sand.
Is it's another one of those trips where they wake up in the morning, they go sit in the sand, and then they leave the sand when the sun goes down?
I don't even know that they leave at that point.
Oh, my God.
Maybe even fall asleep on the beach overnight. Whew. Come on, what's up, bitch?
That sounds maddening.
Yeah, it is kind of maddening. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Nick Ray, would it be? Calmore, would it be?
We know what you meant. That wasn't a typo.
Oh, beaches. Oh, yeah. Sup with the beaches. I get it. I get it. I'm doing the old
the old campfire, spooky
Yeah.
story lights.
So let's talk tonight about something. I don't know.
Anybody out there got any spooky stories? I'm a sucker for a spooky story.
I as well. I actually enjoy spooky stories. The spookier, the better. Spookier, the better.
I really got to get back into that. All I've been reading or participating in recently is drag racing. The closest I've been to spooky was sitting in a cemetery today on my new tablet.
Oh, that's fun, dude. Really?
Yeah, cemeteries are awesome, relaxing
Fuck
places.
yeah. Well, yeah, they are actually. There's something just peaceful about all the death.
They were originally designed as parks. They were, gathering places. That's why, old cemeteries have the lakes and they're all aesthetically pleasing.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Kind of like sort of like how Bowie is kind of set up.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
You know, I mean, because Bowie is definitely a kind of a serene place with the lake and all the niceness. We're going to have an ADRL party. Dr. Ryan fears why the wife is out of town. While the wife is out of town. I mean, as much party as we can. Who wants to fly in somewhere centrally? Let's all meet up somewhere. Who wants to come to St. Louis?
Yeah. I don't want to
Totally meant bitches. I assume that was the case, Kyle Moore.
If there wasn't sickness in the air, I'd go over there.
Isn't that a Phil Collins song? I keep wanting to, like, as soon as you said that, in the air tonight. Sickness in the air tonight. Hold on. Yeah, nobody's sick here. Just Emmett is shitting his brains out all morning. He had a slight fever.
Yeah.
Go figure. I take him out to Burrow-Max today. Oh, speaking of which, I got great news. Went out to Burrow-Max today. Spoke with Ken.
Mm-hmm.
I take that back. Sorry, Kevin. Kenny.
You're awesome.
Kevy. Yeah, he's going to be like, dude, what the fuck?
That's just
Kenny.
Used to it after a while.
His name is Kenny. Kenny and Billy. They're brothers. They own Burrow-Max electric motorcycles. They just happened to be here in St. Louis. I took Emmett's down to get serviced, and we had a great conversation. You know, he feels like he's kind of sold all the ones that he could to everybody in the drag racing industry. And I said, well, I don't see anybody at our events on your bikes. And he's like, oh. He goes, yeah, I haven't done an ADRL event. I said, okay, well, who are you selling them to? And he's like, no Prep Kings. And then he couldn't really get into NASCAR because I guess NASCAR is a huge pain in the ass to get into. So we started talking. I said, well, look, man, I was like, I need a pit bike. Golf carts are kind of a thing. And it's a good expense for me to mitigate some tax liability that I have going on this year. So what do we got? And he goes, well, I'll tell you what, dude. He goes, I'll hook you up. He goes, why don't you become an official dealer for me? And I'll get you one. I said, really? He goes, yeah. So that goes without saying that I have become a Burrow-Max electric motorcycle dealer.
Okay.
Officially, I am. I'm an actual dealer. So I get them at dealer costs. We could throw them up on our page. Anybody that is interested in buying a Burromax bike, the very sliver bit of profit that I might actually get on selling one of these things to anybody that might be interested in one will actually go to the ADRL's bottom line. So I think it'd be super fantastic. It's not for me. The ADRL, the American Drag Racing League, hence myself, Adam, Bonnie, Danny, and Eddie per se. Any of these get sold, bottom line goes back to the company. So just trying to do something to kind of help us out, give us a little something extra other than merchandise. Oh my God, Nick, I'm going to tell you,
I'll pull one up.
Nick, I'm going to tell you about these things. So I'm not talking about it just because I happened to become a dealer. Let me explain to you what happened. 2 years ago, I was at Big St. Charles, Harley Davidson, Suzuki, Honda. They're a big motorbike outlet. They do Sea-Doos and side-by-sides and all kinds of shit in our area where I'm from. And I go in there, and we were looking for helmets for the girls because they were doing BMX bike riding, and I saw these Burromax bikes, and I'm like, huh. So we're sitting there, and I asked the guy about them. I said, well, tell me about these bikes. He goes, hey, they're all electric. They're electric bikes. And that's actually the one that I got, the TT1000R. These are actually, so ask Jackson Carter. He's got one. All the No Prep Kings got one. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the 1600, not the 1000. I have the 1600. I told Kenny that I was going to undercut his prices because I want to sell as many as I can. But if you look at these ratings now, so let me explain to you guys. I had been looking for an electric dirt bike or pit bike or something, right? And I asked the lady about them. She goes, oh, they're totally awesome. I felt like she was trying to upsell me, so I pulled them up on the reviews on my own. I pulled one up on the reviews myself, and all I saw was 5 stars out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews. And I thought, okay, now I'm a big review guy. When you start seeing 5 stars and 4.8 out of hundreds and hundreds, that's pretty good, because if you go online and you go to Amazon or any of these other places and look for electric bikes or electric motorcycles, they're just not good. You're going to see 3.5s. They're from China, all that shit. Well, they're right here in St. Louis. Anyway, so I ended up buying Emmett one of them that day just based off the reviews. And I'm going to tell you something. Emmett absolutely loved it. He got the 450. And for his size, it was amazing. I just bought that 1600, which is like a little bit bigger up, and it's a 48 volt. It will go 40 plus miles on a full charge and goes like 41 miles an hour. And it's kind of heavy, but they're awesome. How fast do they go? Yeah, they go like 42-ish. And not only that, because it's Kenny and he used to drag race with the ADRL. How ironic. He is putting motor kit upgrades in them too for a few $100 plus labor. You can upgrade some of these. Now, the one I have doesn't have the upgraded controller and motor yet, but he's working on that. But like the 450 and the 1000, he has upgraded motors and a CP or controllers, or however you want to describe. I think they're called the controllers. But anyways, they're absolutely super badass. I don't even have to talk them up. I'm a huge snob when it comes to buying shit, because if it doesn't have good reviews, I don't fuck with it, because it's the law of averages and statistics. So
I remember being down at Lights Out, and we were we were playing around with the tree setup that they had at the Fuel Tech trailer, and looking down and seeing the 3 or 4 of them that they had lined up. And
that's right, dude. Yeah, Fuel Tech even had their whole crew has them. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're interested,
like shit.
No, Fuel Tech is grade A shit. And if you see anybody at any drag racing event in the pits on a motorcycle, electric motorcycle, it's got a little glowing ring on the side, nice glowing headlights. If you see one, I'm willing to bet you $1,000 that it's a Burromax bike. And I just happened to be in St. Louis. I know Kenny. He used to race with the ADRL, and I got the hookup. So I will get you one. If you're an ADRL Nation fan, you follow the ADRL, and you want one, I will absolutely hook you up, get it to you cheaper than you can get it anywhere else. I'll undercut Kenny. big St. Charles, doesn't matter where you go and try to find them. Kenny said he didn't care. He goes, you just sell them, bro. I said, all right, dude.
Okay.
I was like, I'll take it. I mean, that's good. So, yeah. So let me know, and I'll let you guys stay posted. Just go on the website. You can read all about them. Let me know which one you want. I think they even have body kits for the smaller ones for like the 250s and the 450s and so on and so forth. Shipping is a little bit different on each one depending on the size. Oh man, Nick, I'm gonna tell you, dude, they're super cool. They're not, I mean, they're nice and they're peppy.
Oh man, could you imagine? You imagine Nick running around the pits on a mini fridge?
On a mini fridge. Hey, what's great is you could get one and then just go have the body parts vinyl wrapped in fridge. Gary, you can have one remade, dude. It'd be totally badass. Yeah, they're brushless motors. Yep, they sure are. And they run on lithium ion batteries. And the chargers, man, I mean, I'll tell you, Kenny's been at this for a long time, and now he's gone international. He's going to put, I promise you, it'll be the #1 electric pit bike or motorcycle in the world and not too long. I mean, he's already gone on to Europe. He's going into Australia. I'm trying to get him to get into go-karts because I love go-karts.
Yeah.
We kind of,
Well, I got a little soft spot for go-karts in my heart. That was my second job, was at 94 South Go-Karts as a track attendant and then mechanic.
yeah. Do they come with batteries and charger? Absolutely, they do. They come with set of keys, 2 keys, charger, battery, ready to go, man. When he ships them out in the box, they will require assembly, but I mean, they're good to go. He said the only thing you want to keep an eye on is, one, make sure you're not fully discharging them, because the charger that he, basically the battery and the charger that he has put together on his own, he promises that the longevity of the battery for pretty much ever. Well, I shouldn't say pretty much ever, but longer than you would get in like an RC car or something like that. Like he's got the rig set up because he doesn't want people bitching and complaining about losing them. Anyways.
Yeah, battery's important on those.
Yeah. So man, that worked out great. So we are a dealer. American Drag Racing League is an official dealer of Burromax motorcycles.
Feels like high school again.
Oh, that's funny. And you know what? I'm thinking about asking him if we can do an exclusive ADRL Burromax motorcycle.
I mean, the best way would be if there was a way that we could have an outlaw Burromax or something like that. Something that's just that extra.
Oh, let me tell you.
That's
it's there.
Okay.
We sat there and we looked at the schematics and the blueprints for one that he's actually working on right now.
Yeah.
And we could do an outlaw series of Burromax where it for the extra money, it just comes. I'd like mine to say ADRL. Hell yeah, dude. For sure. And I appreciate that. And anybody that gets the ADRL packet. And so to your point, Adam, I think what we should do is I'll talk to Kenny and see if he can just order them. We can do the outlaw we'll call it the ADRL Outlaw Burromax, and it'll come with the upgraded motor, upgraded battery, and the upgraded controller.
Maybe even some sort of ADRL brand.
What's up, Uncle Steve?
Wouldn't that be cool if it said ADRL on the side of it?
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. Or if it was just wrapped in.
I don't know. Maybe next time, just chat at me when these things come up. I got so many ideas.
Oh, it just happened. Well, it was crazy. I just took Emmett's bike in to get it serviced, and all of a sudden, Kenny and I ended up. What's the weight limit?
Asking for a friend.
There is no weight limit, just so you know. I just went in there to drop off Emmett's bike to get service for the year, just to get the brakes done and have it all looked over, battery checked out, servo, just everything, right? And Uncle Steve. He's got a new nickname, Uncle Steve. And we just started talking, man. I was like, dude, I really like this one. Is this one's new? He's like, oh yeah, it is. He goes, and I got many other new ones. And it's like, bro, every time I come in here, I don't buy anything because you're talking about the next greatest thing.
Yeah, just skip it. Let's go to the 3000.
He's like, well, do you not want me to tell you anymore? I was like, no. I mean, no. I was like, but you've come out with 2 more badass fucking motorcycle since I was in here 9 months ago. So,
And, you know, I tell you, you get a couple of these Burrow Maxes into some of these engineering type folks that are involved in drag racing, and where there's a will, there's a way. And they'll figure out a way.
yeah, that's right. That's right. No, absolutely. But I'll tell anybody this. I can probably, and I haven't looked, I might be getting ahead of myself, but I know that I can get them for at least 10% cheaper. You can get them anywhere else, maybe even 15% cheaper. So I'll try to see. This just happened recently, so I'm pretty excited about it because now I got a pit bike. Now I've got a pit bike. So yeah, it'll be a good little write-off, and we'll kind of keep plugging at this because I think Adam, every handful that we sell, or I don't know how many it is it equates to, but after so many, handful, 10, I don't know, however many it is essentially we can get, get a free one. If you guys are dealers, you know how that works, right? So,
like I said, high school. that
high
was
school.
The whole premise I worked off of in high school. So yes.
Yeah. So for every 3 pounds, I get a free pound, huh?
Yeah. Well, since Kyle brought up weight, yeah.
Oh, there you go, dude. 72 volts, dude. That would be super badass. All you have to do is have a motor and a controller, an electronic controller that can handle that, because you don't want to burn up the controller. It'll just fucking smoke that whole system and the motor. But I promise you, with that 1600 like I have, I'm pretty. Yeah, dude. Even with that 48 volt, when I sit on it and I go to twist it, it pulls the front wheel off the ground. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot of initial power.
And I'll tell you, it's the one I got, the 1600, just to put it in perspective, is about the same size as a YZ80 or a 90, or so it's not like a tiny pit bike like Carter Jackson has, not like the 450 or the 1000. It's a step up. So it goes from pit bike to like a YZ80 size. And it pulls the front tire off. I was like, holy shit, Kenny. He's like, yeah, I know. And he goes, and that's not even the juiced up one. And I was like, oh my Lord. All right. I'm happy. Yep. So anyways, if anybody wants one, let me know. Shoot Adam an email. Shoot me an email. Ryan@adrltour.com. Adam@adrltour.com. And we will get everybody hooked up. I was promised that as soon as you guys order them, he'll have them shipped out the next day. He's got a warehouse full of them, and he's ready to pump them out. So, and they're badass. And they got, I don't know how long the warranty is on them, but I promise you guys that if it's coming for me, it's going to hold its weight, because I don't deal with shit. Ask the dealer, can we up the battery power? I'll ask him for sure. Yep. I will absolutely ask him. All right. Other than that, Adam, what do we have in store? Oh, and by the way, as Uncle Steve said, if Carter Jackson's on here, congratulations, Carter.
Yeah, that was awesome to see.
Yeah, out on the dance floor, baby. Wow. Sweet jacket, Ryan. Why don't you show it? Oh, Laura's watching. I love it. All right. I did show it off to Adam earlier. So, I am totally into retro vintage stuff, right?
That is childhood.
And this is one of my favorite style jackets from when I was a kid. We couldn't afford them. And now as an adult, I'm gonna get them now because I can't afford them. But it is what it is. So, without further ado, here we go. What? Look at that! Looky there. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful surf style, iridescent red. Oh, it's even on the collars.
That pop.
It's just like a motorcycle jacket, but it's a windbreaker. It's got the elastic on the bottom.
Of course, as was the style.
Should I do the Running Man with it on?
I think it's probably required. Although that isn't the Running Man, but okay. There we go.
Wait, I'm gonna.
Sounds like you're wearing high heels or something. I don't know what happens when Lori leaves, but
it's my Vans.
Okay. All right.
They're heavy. They're good weightlifting shoes.
Oh shit. Yep.
I want you bad.
Nope, I've had the I've had the eye out for those classic Adidas jackets from back.
Oh yeah, dude, they're out there. They're not cheap,
Yeah.
but they're
Yeah,
out there.
that is exactly. But they are so cool.
Yeah, absolutely, Panama Jack shit. That for sure. And what's great, Uncle Steve, is that they make the surf style brand just like this for different cities, and they have Panama Jack stuff. I love Panama Jack. That might actually be my next go around is the old Panama Jack stuff.
Oh man, we have such different styles, you and I.
Yeah, we do.
But we've learned that through the merch line, through art, flyers, everything like that.
Well, I mean, look, it's got to be that way, man. Like,
Yeah.
life is too boring if everybody thinks the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't want to wear a uniform.
Yeah, right. Some people love it.
Yeah. Yes, I do, Nick. Those were the best.
Oh, the big Johnson shirts? Absolutely. I bet they're super expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That was just it was such a sign. It had such a that being a sign of cool, and then it just being the hoosiest shit you could ever see. There was just a sign of redneck as soon as you saw it. You're like, oh.
I remember wearing them to school, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't wear Big Johnson t-shirts in school." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Really?"
The first few that slid under the radar, just heroes. You know,
what was it? I mean, they're all of them. The Big Johnson slogans.
Then there was No Fear. Remember the No Fear?
Oh, I couldn't stand No Fear, dude.
That was like the affliction of our time back in the day.
It was or Bad Boy.
Yeah, I think Bad Boy had a little run. Ed Hardy. It's all that same douchey.
I'm okay with Ed Hardy.
Yeah,
However, Bad Boy and No Fear I couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it.
No, it was not for me.
No, it really wasn't.
You see the surf style drag wars presented by Surf Style. Get them to
yeah, for sure. I don't even know if they're still around anymore, honestly. It's called Interplanetary Body Gear is their slogan. But yeah, Surf Style would be totally bitching to have as a sponsor. I would totally do it because it's all iridescent. It reminds me of Hypercolor, the old Hypercolor shirts. I don't know if you guys remember Hypercolor or not.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah,
I was an outlaw back in my
handprints on that thing when I first saw it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did too. I got suspended for wearing a White Zombie shirt that I got at a concert. A White Zombie, like when White Zombie first came out, I went to their concert and I bought a shirt and it says "Die Fucker Die," real big on the back.
And you got suspended? That's so weak.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, dude, you can't wear that." I'm like, "What?" And had really bitching White Zombie artwork on the front, on the back, real big, and White Zombie-esque letters. It says "Die Fucker Die."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which,
somehow you thought that was gonna go.
Well, here's what's really cool. So you know how I'm trying to shake things up with our artwork, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about this, right? Because we work with certain guys with art. For Frankie Taylor has the best shirt. It said, "If it's got tits or tires, I can make it squeal."
Frankie's the fucking man.
I want to know who got drunk and came up with that. That was probably like an old greaser.
Frankie didn't even have to get drunk to come up with something like that. That's just a Frankieism.
Oh, that sounds so good. It sounds like it's something an old greaser would have came up with in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah, I can see that.
If it's got tits or tires, I can make it squeal. Come on, boys. Comb your hair back, hop in your T-Bird. Fucking go tear out.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Something different. I'm just
what I was gonna say is, do I have my wallet on me? Oh, I have it upstairs.
What you were gonna say?
Okay. So right next door to the Burromax building, fulfillment center, office, headquarters, is the good old Futurescape. I think I've told you about this, right?
Yeah, I've seen the sticker on the back of the wall.
So I don't know how many people watching are skaters or were into skateboarding in the 70s or 80s or 90s or whatever. But this guy had the first local skateboarding shop in St. Louis in the early 80s into the late 80s, right? And I got my first skateboard from this guy. I thought they went out of business. Lo and behold, I went to Bromax last year and I saw a sign next door and I went in and he had been gone for like 25 years. He went to California, came back, and it was the same owner. It was just great. I told him, I was like, dude, I bought my very first skateboard from you. It changed my life. I spent all day, every day doing two things: playing my guitar, riding my skateboard. It's all I did. And I think that tenaciousness, that tenacity of doing tricks over and over and over and over and over, and that relentlessness of doing it over and over and over until you perfected them, does something for your psyche and your confidence and that ability to keep doing things until you get it. Which I told him that perhaps being a skater and playing guitar led me joining the Marines and all kinds of shit. So anyways, I go over there today to say hi, and we're hanging out, man. We're talking about drag racing and all this stuff. And I asked him if he had an old Mike McGill skateboard because I'm really wanting to track down my original skateboard that I got from him. And he's like, yeah, man, I don't know. They're anywhere from like $4 to $12,000, depending on if you could find one. It's like, oh, Jesus. I was like, well, let me know. Right. And so, cause I want one. It was my first skateboard. I think actually a Nash was my first skateboard. If you remember Nash.
Well, I do.
So we're talking, and he is the guy in the industry, right? He's in his mid 50s, late 50s. Shit, he might be 60 at this point. He's friends with everybody from Lance Mountain, Steve Caballero, Tony Hawk, Paul Peralta, the whole crew, Suicidal Tendencies. Anybody that has anything to do with skateboarding, he knows them, right? Mm-hmm. On top of the artist, JC or CJ or whatever the guy's name was that created all the artwork for all the Paul Peralta skateboards, like the Mike McGill and all the really cool art, the skull with the snake, the Paul Peralta symbol with the skeleton, all the iconic skateboard logos that went super famous.
Good, but I hope this is all heading where I hope it's heading.
So that guy died.
Well, that did.
Just did I throw that in there. However, he's also good friends with a guy named Jim Phillips, and who's a famous artist that does all of Santa Cruz's artwork, the Flaming Hand or the Screaming Hand. This guy created all of that. Still alive. These two are best friends. He's also good friends with the guy Micklin or McCollin. I can't remember. Macaulay, something like that. And no, but I have it written down. However, this guy does artwork. He looks like a mix between, his artwork is like a mix between Rob Zombie, Pusshead, that did all of Metallica's artwork, and some other really killer artwork. And he is creating stuff, and he's in Thrasher magazine, all this shit. Anyways, Don, the owner of Future Skate, gave me their numbers, sent them a message, and was like, hey, man, a friend of mine owns this drag racing league. He's trying to change up their merchandise. Wants to know if you guys, individual messages. Hey, wants to reach out to you and see about you guys doing some work.
Wait, what's wrong with our merchandise? That's a little close to home there.
No, not our merchandise. I'm talking about the artwork.
I know.
I'm talking about changing up the artwork, going a different direction, per se. On our t-shirts and stuff.
See, that is a revolutionary idea that I wish I could take credit for. That is amazing.
It's going a different direction, but figuring out what direction.
Like almost kind of like finding the Salvador Dali of today's racing art. I don't know where I came up with that analogy or comparison.
Yes. However, these guys have nothing to do with drag racing.
Perfect,
but I think that's even a better fit.
That's perfect, because then they're not already ingrained or beholden to some sort of cookie cutter template or idea that's out there and permeating the industry. And I'm not saying that as any sort of knock on any of the artwork or templates or designs or anything that's going on with the racing industry. It's just who's not involved in racing outside of being at 3 or 4 drag racing events. I've seen that style, I feel like, for all of my years on racing shirts, and just it feels like there could be room for a change. So
well, the answer we get to that, the rebuttal we get to for it not being different, is that they've been in the industry for 30-40 years. They know it works, they know what people buy. Well, He's like, oh, yeah, and I've heard, oh, we've tried to take different approaches, and we tried this and this and that, and I'm like, you're just not. There's just not the right dude. Just wait, bro. Wait until I give these two dudes, and these are highly sought after. I mean, these guys still create art for skateboards for Thrasher magazine, Santa Cruz skateboards. I mean, you name them. I mean, they're the two top dudes, but
Yeah,
since I've known this,
see what can happen.
that's right. So we're going to see what happens with some ADRL merch mixed in with the little super duper famous skateboarding artwork. We'll see what happens. It's going to be super dope. So it was a super productive day. I've been out and about hustling and bustling and making shit happen.
Yeah, that's got my, of course, always my brain spins with anything and everything. But just from our conversation earlier, I won't go too into it, but it seems like there may even be opportunities for some sort of.
Oh, yeah. You mean with the Burromax?
Well, that, and then even, you're talking about skating, the skating industry. I mean, there's all sorts of, we'll just say opportunity. We'll just go with that for right now.
All right, let's put a pin in that and stick it in our VIP room.
Yeah. But
all right, well, hey, that was a good half hour of all kinds of other.
I was going to say, I was going to go through the list of unfortunate or weird deaths, but at this point in time, we're only about 20 minutes or so away from the end, so I don't even know if we should get into it or if it's worthwhile.
You know what, man? Deaths always intrigue me, so let's hear a couple weird, bizarre deaths.
Yeah, let's see where we left off.
I know it's kind of a taboo subject, but hey, it's got to happen to everybody somehow, some way. Some are just a little more creative by the Lord.
It's kind of the topic and subject that this podcast was built upon. So.
God's just gotten a little creative. I mean, could you imagine being God and thinking of all the different ways you could take people out? Like, you know what, man? I want a boulder to come down the side of a mountain onto this guy. But not hit him, just hit a tree that he's in, and it launches him out into the ocean where he gets attacked by a shark, but doesn't actually die from the shark. He makes it to the beach and then gets mauled by lions.
And one of the biggest problems that America's facing right now is cocaine sharks.
Cocaine sharks.
Enough about that, and I think we're really gonna regret that in the later years.
They're like ditching the coke over the ocean before they even get to.
Yeah, they're chucking it overboards when they see Coast Guard and everything like that coming up, and these sharks are tagging onto these bundles and.
Wait, are you being fucking for real right now?
Yes, I'm being for real.
Oh my God.
When they're transporting
cocaine shark.
Yeah. You thought cocaine bear was a problem. Get the fuck out of the water.
Dude, cocaine jaws.
Yeah.
Who's gonna come up with the great blow white?
Oh man, they're gonna render themselves ineffective. They're gonna grind their teeth down to nubs and no points. Yeah, right. They're all just gonna be swimming around in circles talking about businesses they want to start up. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Chewing on coral.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Swimming in circles with small dicks. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh my God, that's funny as hell.
So yeah, that's definitely a problem that's out there in the world. I mean, as far as when media will catch on to it, I don't know, but it'll probably be when it's too late. So remember this podcast when it happens.
That's crazy. I can't even believe it.
David Carradine went out swimming. He misspelled.
He went out swinging.
Yeah, he went out. Oh yeah, swinging. Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah,
he sure did. Man, the erotic asphyxiation.
Oh yeah,
it's taking some of the best.
It sure did. Old Robin Williams as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he just unalived himself, as they say these days.
Unalived?
Yeah, that's the new cool way of referring to it, so that you don't get canceled or kicked off or blocked off of any sort of social medias or platforms or anything.
They can absolutely fuck off.
We say that now since we're not monetized. So yes, I agree with you currently, but at the point in time,
still fuck off,
at which we can become monetized, I may have to disagree. We'll see.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we talked about this guy or not, but Ray Chapman on August 16th, 1920, he was up at bat and was struck in the head by a pitch thrown by New York Yankees Carl Mays. Chapman died 12 hours later from head injury.
that sucks.
Definitely does, but it was probably back in the day before helmets or anything like that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty bizarre motorcycle accident deaths.
Just on the road or on the internet, or where you coming across these things?
Well, I mean, I saw a photo of this guy who wrecked his motorcycle. He skidded about 100 maybe about 50 yards through the grass off the side of the highway. His helmet
Okay.
came off,
Yeah, that's
and he was face down, right, sliding. And there just happened to be this rock, just this one solitary rock in the grass, like buried though, but it was sticking up about a foot. And he slid and hit his head on it, and his brain just popped out of his skull and landed about 20 feet into the grass. And it's
I've seen that picture. Yeah.
It's a perfect brain sitting in the grass, and his head is against the rock, and it's just open.
Just
and his
cracked
head
like an egg.
just like a fucking egg. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, it's wild the amount of force and everything that it takes.
I mean, with 1 billion people, though, some crazy shit's bound to happen.
Oh, it's bound to. It's inevitable, and it's what keeps our species at somewhat of a
Specified.
Yeah.
Darwinism is what that's called.
Yeah, or the purge.
Or the purge.
I can get behind them all, I guess.
Oh, that's what we need. We need a big fat purge. That's what we need.
Yes, he did play for the Cleveland Indians. Nick, you are correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain one, that was a little bit of a shocker. I mean, I guess, I don't know. In a way it was, in a way it wasn't.
What happened to him? Did he? Oh, he hung himself.
Yeah, he hung himself because.
Oh, he unlived. He unlived himself.
Yes, yes, he hung himself till he could hang no more.
He hung himself until rendered lifeless.
Yes, correct.
Stupid.
Yeah, that is. He didn't seem to be. Not that he was an unhappy person, but he seemed to always have some sort of deeper things going on.
These nuts.
It could have been. I don't know. You tell us.
Oh,
Chris Hansen, have a seat.
Have a seat. No, it's like between two ferns. I got nothing. No reference there, but that's a funny ass.
You're good. We're going to move on to Alexander of Greece, who October 25th, 1920, died of sepsis after being bitten by a palace steward's pet Barbary macaw in his garden.
I'm already lost.
While trying to break up a fight between his German shepherd and another monkey. So he died of sepsis. So he basically died of an infection from being bitten by a monkey that they had as a pet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sucks. Not as bad as being mauled to death by a pet orangutan, but you know.
No, having your face ripped off and surviving.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I mean,
that lady.
Oh my God, she got totally fucked up.
She sure did. But that's what happens when you allow a chimp to sleep in your bed and everything with you, and you give him Xanax and let him drink.
Was he a chimp or an orangutan?
He's a chimp. An orangutan would have been.
I thought it was an orangutan.
I'm pretty sure it was a chimp. An orangutan would have been devastating.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like totally.
Yeah,
you know, here.
Pull you apart.
You know how tall, like sitting down. You know how tall a chimpanzee is, right?
Yeah, I mean they're even size, if not bigger.
Oh no, a chimp? No, dude. They're like 2.5, 3 foot tall, sitting on their ass. They're not very big at all. They're tiny.
Yeah, I'll agree with. They're not gorilla. I'll go with you on that.
No, they can't. They can't sit more than 3 foot tall at the very most.
I've seen some pictures of some hairless chimps, and they're pretty fucking massive.
Well, look, and you know what? It's all about perspective. I always thought silverback gorillas were gigantic, but they're not gigantic. They're super muscular, but when you actually see them in the wild walking past people, they're not fucking very big. They're just not. They're super strong, but they're not as big as you think. Like I imagine.
Fully upright, we're looking at 4 to 5.5 feet. Adult males typically weigh between 82 and 132 pounds.
Exactly. So think about that. Fully upright is only 4 foot.
Sure, it's like a wild teenager coming at you.
Right. So imagine them sitting down, like squatting down. Their body, their torso is only what 2.5 feet, probably. Right. I'd imagine. Just short
they're
little
squatting.
torso.
Yeah, 2,
So
3.
the reason I brought that up is that I saw this guy who's an a chimpanzee handler, and he was getting up in this treehouse, and this chimpanzee jumped up in the treehouse, put his arm down, and pulled this fucking guy up into the treehouse. And I was like, that thing can't weigh 70 pounds, 60, 70 pounds. And this dude was every bit of 200 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
Every bit of it. And it just
jacked.
pulled the dude up. I thought, holy shit, that little son of a bitch is strong. Wow.
They are jacked.
Yeah, they are. Little chimps, little bubbles. Yeah, but eating a face off, tearing a face off.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at some hairless chimps now. Not even a chance.
Big Johnson off-road. She'll love it on all fours.
Oh, Lord.
That's right. That's right.
Um,
You'll get a lot more snapper when you're hitting bottom with a Big Johnson.
is that one of them, or
Big Johnson charter fishing. You'll get a lot more snapper when you're hitting bottom with the Big Johnson.
I can see that one working out.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, so
All right.
let's see here.
Talk some more death. Talk some more death. Get
All right,
weird.
we got George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, who financed Howard Carter's search for Tutankhamun, died after which he had cut while shaving, became infected, and some attributed to the death of the curse of the mummy. Okay, so he was a financier for.
Okay, you're going to start off. Your signal. You lost signal a little bit.
All right, he was George Herbert was the financier of Howard Carter's expedition to find Tutankhamun, or to uncover whatever grave or pharaoh he could find in Egypt. He didn't know it was Tutankhamun at the time, but later that's what it became. And then he was one of the ones that died in the after the presumed curse of the mummy, because he had been bitten by a mosquito and then cut that bump while shaving. It became died.
I gotcha.
Not really gruesome, but
No, I mean, well, I'm sure it was probably borderline.
it's not quick.
No, but it probably looked like, what was that disease everybody got back in the day where they developed giant boils of pus and shit? No, it was the other one.
Measles, mumps.
It's where their body parts and nose were falling off and shit, and
Leprosy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he probably nicked it, got infected, and then it turned into a leper.
Oh, I'm sure it became, just a big festering mess, and then he probably contracted a fever from it, fighting off the infection, and then died as a result of that. 1923 medicine wasn't where it is today.
I like how you call it a big festering mess.
That's probably what it would have been: pus and discoloration, swelling.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have been. Let's see. We got Frank Hayes, who June 4th, 1923, a jockey from Elmont, New York, died of a heart attack mid-race and collapsed on the horse, which nonetheless crossed the finish line first, still carrying his body.
Well, he won dead.
Yes, he did.
Took first unalive.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Oh, well, my wife's trying to.
What'd we say?
I don't know. See what we got here.
Egyptian hoe gave me stuff.
Oh, hi, babe.
Hi. I forgot.
Don't forget to tell her she's on the podcast. Legally,
Oh, yeah.
we have to
I'm
say
gonna show her right there. There she is. She's in her bed
ha ha ha
at the
ha.
hotel room.
Oh,
Everybody say hi.
So embarrassing.
Wave, babe. Wave.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. I'd be mortified.
Adam said he'd be mortified. So embarrassing.
Okay, bye.
Okay, love you.
Okay, bye.
All right.
All right. Well, that was quick.
Yeah. So Florida seems to be, or the beach seems to be going well.
Clearly, my wife does not watch the podcast.
Yeah. Not Tuesday.
Some Egyptian hoe gave him some funky stuff. Yeah, no shit.
Let's see. We got a celebrity on this one. Martha Mansfield. November 30th, 1923, while American film actress Martha Mansfield, 24, was on location in San Antonio, Texas, filming American Civil War drama The Warrens of Virginia. A lit match was carelessly tossed by a crew member, which ignited the hoop skirt and ruffles of her Civil War costume.
Oh, shit.
Mansfield had just finished filming her scenes and retired to a car when her clothing... Oh, Christ. When her clothing burst into flames. Co-star Wilfred Lytle and chauffeur were able to extinguish the flames, and Mansfield was rushed to a hospital where she died the following day from her injuries.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, she was kind of a little hot thing back then, dude.
Yeah, she was hot to trot.
I mean, she had some like really crystal blue eyes. Even in like the black and white pictures, you could tell how blue her eyes are because they're like almost white.
It's kind of pop.
Yeah.
It's
Kinda
funny how
pop.
some of those black and white photos you can almost make out color.
Yeah. Is it just me, or has anyone else ever looked up porn from like the 19 teens or 20s?
I mean, sure.
Okay. Just curious.
No.
Yeah. Oh, like look at this picture. Dude, this what? Man. Well, what is this? That's a little risque for 1920.
Show knee.
I mean, look, dude. Even the Romans plastered porn all over their buildings.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Romans were down, dude. They were down.
A lot of societies.
That's why they burned up by fiery brimstone.
Yeah, that's why they're all in hell. For their sins and debauchery.
You're all going to hell. You've ever heard of Sodom and Gomorrah?
That's right.
That's right. Fire, hail, brimstone, fire and brimstone, which I bet you didn't know. Maybe some people don't know that brimstone is actually flammable. Like you can find it in the dirt, take a little chunk, put a lighter to it, and it fucking lights on fire. It's bizarre. I was like, holy shit. It's like a real thing. Stone on fire.
It is correct.
Buddy, what's good, man?
What's up, buddy? Long time no see. We'll see you here in a few weeks as well.
Actually, Buddy's not going to be able to make it, but he has put in a request. He's got grandfather duties,
That's
which, we understand. However, he has put in a request. He's put in a request for an event t-shirt. So we got you, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We got you. I just told him once that we get all that situated that we could figure out a way for him to take care of that. But we got you, man. We got you.
It's really just a matter of getting the information to Bonnie. That's the key on that one.
The kiosk.
Yes. You're a kiosk.
You're a kiosk. Cocaine shark. I'm still jacked up over that one. That one's fucking funny to me. I mean, and that's a serious thing. You're being for real about this.
Yeah.
Is it just sharks? Is there cocaine porpoises or cocaine dolphins or whales? Or
I mean, there's pilot fish that eat off of the sharks and things that feed off the sharks. So I'm sure there's a
cocaine clownfish.
But at the same time, I mean, I've heard pray tell of folks that have, put Coke in water, and then you can put that into a nasal inhaler to be able to shoot it up your nose and be pretty inconspicuous about it. So
yeah, right.
Even cocaine diluted in water, and the fish are breathing or intaking the water to take oxygen out of that water, are still going to have a little bit of a byproduct of that. So yeah,
that's jacked up. And how did they recognize this? Did they just see schools of fish swimming in circles furiously after
the Coast Guard trying to get these bales, and the sharks are mounting up and fighting them off?
Sharks are eating sharks, and it's like just the end of world. Yeah, total chaos. It's like Ghostbusters. What was Bill Murray saying? He's like, it's the end of the world, and dogs eating cats, what was it? Cat. Oh, I forgot that whole skit that he said something about.
Cats and dogs getting along. Yeah, it was all.
Oh yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, but yeah, hey Carter, I know you didn't get a chance to hear it, but congratulations, brother. Making it to the dance floor, my man.
Once again,
Making it happen like a champ, like the rock star you are, bro. Hope school's doing good, man. Hope you're off to a great start for school this year.
should be wrapping up here in the next month or two.
School? Oh, I guess so. Man, that happens quick.
Doesn't feel like it because it's kind of still the beginning of our year as far as the ADRL and drag racing, but with school, it carries over that half year. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's totally true. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. How about one more for the road? You got any more?
I got Philip McLean, who in 1926, age 16, and his brother were clubbing a cassowary on the family property in Mossman, Queensland, when knocked him down, kicked him in the neck, and opened a large cut, leading to death from loss of blood.
Oh,
I don't know if you've
Nope.
ever seen a cassowary, but they are a dangerous bird.
no. I mean, are they like giant?
Velociraptors,
Yeah, are they kind of like?
similar.
Did you just wheeze when you breathed in?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I heard a wheeze.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's all right though. I won't judge.
Yeah.
Wheezy, Prince Wheezy. Yeah, that's a crazy one. How about another one? You got one more?
Sure, I do.
I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, they're like a big ostrich with a hard, like duck bill on the top of their head.
Brutal.
And then talons that are every bit of about 4 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got Isadora Duncan, who 14th of September 1927, an American dancer broke her neck in Nice, France, when her long scarf became entangled in the open-spoked wheel and rear axle of a Amilcar CGSS automobile in which she was riding.
Wait, say that again.
Man, I'll summarize it, but this American actress was over in France, and the long scarf that she was wearing, got entangled in the open spoked wheel and rear axle of the car that she was riding in.
Did it choke her out or pull her out and run over her head?
It didn't say. I'm going to assume suffocation. I wouldn't figure decapitation, but anything's possible. It just didn't seem like they'd have the torque.
I mean, dude, getting pulled by horses, plenty of torque.
Well, this was an actual automobile.
Oh, an actual automobile. Oh,
in a early automobile.
Oh, gotcha.
An Amilcar CGSS, whatever that is.
Amilcar CGSS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I couldn't tell you, bro. I just don't know.
Sets her coochie on fire. Conversation. Oh yeah,
we're the one where the girl sets her coochie on fire at the twerking competition. Is that? I think I might have seen that. As a matter of fact,
I know.
I don't know that poor girl though, dude. That was in her. Don't yawn. Oh, I can't help it. It's been a long, crazy day.
Oh, it's out. It is out there.
So I'm going to put one last plug for Burromax. The American Drag Racing League has become an official dealer for Burromax electric motorcycle pit bikes. So 5 stars, check them out. They're the best in the market, best out there. They're probably going to be best in the world here not too long. And I'm not just saying that. Yours truly is good friends with Kenny, the owner of the place. Happens to be right here in St. Louis. So if you need a pit bike, you're looking for an electric bike, he's got exactly what you need. And I get the fatty discount. You can't get them anywhere any cheaper than what I'm going to be able to get them to you guys for. So just trying to work out a little extra cash to the bottom line for the ADRL. So doing what I can, just short of, other P. Diddy shit.
Well, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. Got to give me about $1,000 worth of fuel real quick. I'm 11 hours away from XRP. Peace out. All right, man. $1,000 of fuel. Jesus.
That
Oh,
is-
he's probably heading down to XRP this weekend, huh? For that race.
that's what it seems and sounds like. So yeah, he's got an 11-hour ride to get there, and yeah, it should be a good race from what
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I think so. Should be fun for them. I don't know if it's any different than what they normally do down there, but I don't know.
I don't think it's any real different. I think it's mostly all the same. I know it just seems like a big pro mod race. Clyde may dust off the car, he may not. Depends on who makes it worth his while, I think.
I think it's great. Clyde did send me a picture of his of the bear up on a lift with the ADRL sticker on the quarter panel and sent it to me. I was like, oh, that's
Nice.
awesome, dude. Nice.
Yep.
Love it, bro.
Every time I see one of Clyde's videos come out, it's like, oh, Jesus.
How do you not want to watch it?
You
Every
have-
single one of them.
You have to instantly, and you have to laugh because it's always funny.
That's what's so good about them.
It's always just where are we at in the evening? How much tea has gone down?
How much Texas tea has been consumed at this point?
Yes,
For sure. Oh shit! It's supposed to rain tomorrow, huh?
sure.
Some bitch. Some bitch, Adam. Some bitch.
Yeah, that's what they say, but we'll see what actually happens. You never know. It's Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wednesday. It was supposed to rain today, and it didn't.
That's right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Oh, and by the way, JJ's Hot Ride Car Show this Saturday night at JJ's.
Up in St. Charles here?
Yeah. You know where JJ's is at?
Yeah, I just rode my bike past there today, actually.
Yeah, they fill up JJ's, and then across the street at
That's
the bank, they fill
Mhm.
up the bank, and then on the parking lot next to that too. So to be the first one of the year. So get the old Cutlass out and take the kids out for a ride because I'll still be on kid duty.
I feel
It'll
like
be a good time.
Chuck-a-Burger is also this weekend.
Chuck-a-Burger. That guy's pretty super cool.
I'm pretty sure they've got a car show this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jason Byers had liked it, and that's where I'd first seen it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still, yet to prove he does not have 3 nipples.
Third nipple. And for anybody that likes Afro Man, a friend of mine is in the cannabis industry, and he's got a company called getalid.com. Now, I don't particularly partake. I'm not a partaker myself. Not to say that I haven't, but I don't. However, he's making a name for himself, and he is a proud sponsor of High Times Hemp Cup this year. And the Afro Man. If you don't know who Afro Man is, maybe before or after your time, I don't know, but he's got a few select songs that have to do with that industry and that pastime or that hobby or activity. And he's actually going to be in St. Louis at a friend of mine's house shooting a music video, and I've been invited to be in the video, so that'd be fun with Afro Man and I guess this other guy. What was his name? I forgot, but he's an up and coming rapper. But that'd be interesting. So go check that out. Yeah. And if you are a partaker of any sorts, if you just happen to be that type of, some people drink, some people smoke cigars. Everybody's got their thing, but it's called getalid.com, Alien Bop, and they're making some good traction. So, yeah, I don't know why I decided to plug him. I just came across the stuff. So, anyways. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
At this point, we're just reading Facebook.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in an Afro Man video here in not too long, so whatever.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
Bell posted on that.
Backseat bar and grill, Winchester. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Just outside of my biking range, but maybe we'll find one close.
Maybe we can get on a Burromax and make it happen. I said
could.
Burrow bike.
She's going to take us a couple weeks, but we could get there.
Yeah, I think so. All right, Prince Adam. Well, I'm going to go check on the kids, though, man, and make sure they're not burning down the house. They were just digging a giant hole in my backyard, which is sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's where the play set used to be, where all the grass is dead. But I needed to kind of dig it out anyways, lay down some topsoil so we could put some sod there.
Oh, so
like, Yeah, they're helping. So they got 3 5-gallon buckets, and they just started digging the hole out, putting in the bucket, and then put it on the side of the house where it was kind of getting washed away by the rain. So get that all straightened out.
I guess we'll wrap this up so you can get back to Monday and archiving these items here for me.
Archiving. I'm an archiver.
Yeah, you're
Just
not.
call me a historian
Yeah,
or a what do you call it? I got nothing. I'm too tired.
nope. Historian was all right. You had it.
All right, good. All right.
Well, we will catch you all next week or Thursday night if you join in for the ADRL podcast, where we talk exclusively drag racing and things of that sort.
That's right.
I didn't mean to sound not enthusiastic on that when I was reading. I was reading something, lost my place, had to find my place, and then had to find my words at the same time. It was quite
Did
a
a
lot.
good job.
On.
It was like a whole culmination of
We got
reorganization.
Yeah, we made it happen. So
we did. All right, Prince Adam. We appreciate you. Thanks everybody for joining in. Ben, Uncle Steve, Nick, Carter, Buddy, everybody that's in here. Appreciate you guys.
You know,
Laura, you know how we roll. Piece of chick grease.
Bulls on parade.
Waka 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 waka.